So this is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and I have seen the Last Jedi trailer 1 and trailer 2, Star Wars Episode 8, and I know it's totally going to get flagged if I post like my reaction video of me watching the trailers, because it seems that everyone else doesn't get flagged, but I do. So I'm just going to discuss what I saw in the two trailers. The first one is the earlier one with the training going on in it, and the Poe running and the ships blowing up and all that. And the Luke and Rey training, and then a little bit of Leia and the broken mask and all that. The second one is the juxtaposition of Kylo Ren and his training with Snoke and her training with Luke, and suggestion that somehow he's going to go after Leia now, and that somehow he's going to like help her as well. Although, having also seen Kevin Smith, the film director's reaction, I would also agree with his ascertainment of that last scene to say that those two scenes where it looks like Kylo Ren is going to face Leia, unless they decide to change it to make it like that's how she dies to match up with the character. Unless they change that, it's a fake. Also, the other fake out is at the end, when it's clearly not the Kylo Ren that has a damaged face. It comes up to her, it's clearly a different scene. Yeah, so that's what I gleaned from the trailer. Yeah, this is just a quickie about the Star Wars trailers. Yeah, Mark's Cards saw them and was it? Yeah. Are they trying to do the Star Wars thing again? They're trying to do Empire Strikes Back, but different. It could be good, could be not so good. The Han Solo movie's not going well. They had to get rid of their directors because they didn't know what they were doing, and it doesn't bode well for the one after this one. But Episode 8 is due out in December. It's called The Last Jedi, and the director Kevin Smith has nothing to do with The Last Jedi. He was in the Fourth Awakens. You can see his cameo during the dogfight scene, and in the cantina scene there's two cameos of him in there. There was this other character that looks like that looks a little like him, but he's thinner. He's still kind of bear-like, but he's thinner, and he's one of Abrams' friends. But I don't. Neither of them are in this one. But in that other one, they were both in it. Yeah, and there were elements of a former Lucasfilm employee friend's game in the movie, which was awesome. This new one looks to have a tiny bit of that too. The weird looking spacewalkers and whatever, the modified AT-ATs and stuff. So. Yeah, I wonder if they expanded universe. They're letting it creep in there a little bit. A lot of the fans have already reacted to the trailer, saying that a lot of it's going to creep in there and it's going to be this guy or that guy. No, they're not going to follow the books. They're not. If they follow Rebels at all, and that other guy is related to Rey or just, whatever they are, Yellow or whatever that guy is, yeah, it would be the Rey's. No, that wouldn't work. So no, Kylo is someone other than Yellow, but yeah, so that's not going to happen. I haven't really seen much of Rebels, but I don't think they're going to cross over into the cartoon at all. That would just be confusing. Some of the books have gone there with some of the books and things. The current ones that try to fill it in. I don't have any theory on it. I guess the only theory I would have on it is that Rey is not related to Luke, because that would be a little weird. After all, because they would recognize her, I would think she would go like, "Oh, your aunt or your mother or whatever." She's not related to them. I think she's an adopted, like, Jedi child that was left on the planet. I think she was adopted by the Jedi Order people at some point after Return of the Jedi, and that Luke knew her parents, but Luke isn't her parent, because that would be a little odd. The accent doesn't match. The characters don't match. He's not a Kenobi or not another Skywalker. That one that's the Skywalker is Kylo Ren or Ben Kenobi. Yeah, unless they're going to say they're twins again, which no, they're not going to do that. That would be dumb. So, if they decide to do that, then they'll throw it all off by having them have a kissing scene in the second one. No, they won't do that. But in the original, they did do that, and then they decided that Luke and Leia were brother and sister in the third one, and they're all, oops. Well, I guess that didn't work out, did it? Yeah, it sort of changed things around. Because originally they weren't supposed to be. So. If you go back before they see the new ones, the new trilogy, which episode 1, 2, and 3, were filmed 20 years after episodes 4, 5, and 6, A New Hope and Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Yeah. So anyway, so they were The Phantom Menace was 1999 and Star Wars 1 was 77. So it's, yeah, quite a bit of a difference there. Yeah, so the new ones are here in the 2010s period. Yeah, so 20 years after that, so almost, yeah, almost 20 years after that. They shouldn't take 20 years to make these movies. Yeah, so oh yes, here. It's a C-3PO figure. Dun, 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 dun. Ooh. It's a Force Link C-3PO figure. Now, I've never actually owned any Star Wars figures before the new movies. Basically, before '99. I had some from the Phantom Menace, and yeah, I did have vehicles though. I had the Y-wing, not the X-wing, but that Y-wing one with the pods on the side from Empire when I was a kid. And my friend Tim, he had a Millennium Falcon, which was heavily played with. And at one point was floating in his swimming pool when I was in high school. It was literally in the pool. I was like, the other friend, the Mark's Cards friend, he used to torture his Star Wars figures, and he had them all like hooked up and tortured in his garage. He probably shouldn't have done that. Now this is obviously a reissue because an original 3PO would be impossible, but it looks like the original, so it's kind of cool. What's curious about these guys is that they don't. Now they're made by Disney, Lucasfilm, and stuff, and in association with Hasbro apparently. And I still don't think their legs are fully articulated, even though they're making a deal with Hasbro here. They got the little Hasbro logo, so they should be. Their legs and arms should be fully articulated like a G.I. Joe, and I don't think he is. But yeah, but he's a robot. I guess he doesn't have to have fully articulated legs. This Force Unleashed power that he's, yeah. Got some of the other ones too from the last one. It's $8 at Target. And he's like the he's not really a knockoff, but he's the sort of the double translated California version. So it's got like age and idad and aidade. So it's got different words for 4 and up. Different languages. Misengame, Misengarde, Advertencia, and Aviquino. Different languages. Means warning, basically. I think that first word is French, Misengarde. And then Spanish, Advertencia, and then Aviquino is probably Filipino? That's weird. Huh. Oh well. Anyway, so he's a 3PO little guy. So, anyways, there's a little. Yes, the nerd crew over there at Stone. Yeah, Red Letter Media did a review of it too. So here's mine. Yeah, this is just a little. I'm gonna talk about the trailers, and not actually showing them. So yes, when you post this, say like, yeah, don't actually show them, just in case. After all, we don't really have any connection to Disney, and not permission to show the trailer in the background. Um. So otherwise, you would totally see like, yeah, they're sponsored by Disney, and then we'd have like 4 million views in one day. But I wouldn't know. No. Yep. Anyway, so here's 3PO. I guess I could show you some other figures that are still on the wall. Here, hold on a second. Keep it rolling. I put some of them away, but we got a Rogue One figure over here. It's that girl from Rogue One.